Tide pools are essentially little contained ecosystems. They are unique in that the organisms found in a single tide pool can vary daily. The tide pools are full of life. Organisms are constantly moving around. If you look close enough, you might even find some hermit crabs fighting over a new shell to call home. At low tide, the water slowly recedes away from the shoreline, leaving contained pools of water behind. At each low tide, different organisms can become trapped within the pool. During high tide, the water comes back up towards the shore and all the tide pools are covered. As a result of the tidal cycle, many organisms that live within the intertidal spend a significant amount of time out of the water. The biggest challenge in living in the intertidal is fighting desiccation. Organisms have evolved different ways to remain hydrated. The octopus has the ability to walk on land. They can often be seen traveling from tide pool to tide pool within the intertidal. If an octopus gets stranded in a small pool, it can simply come up out of the water and find a more suitable area. Sea hares can fold their bodies to fit into tiny crevices within the rock. By inserting themselves into these crevices, they are better protected from drying conditions at low tide. Non-motile organisms have evolved different ways of coping with desiccation. Certain species of algae have evolved a hard calcium carbonate covering. Not only does this covering add structure, but it also protects against desiccation by helping to retain water. Anemones are commonly found throughout the intertidal. While underwater, the anemone's tentacles are spread out in order to filter feed. During low tide, anemones will retract all of their tentacles in order to expose less surface to the drying conditions. They will also cover themselves with small pieces of broken shell to act as a barrier and to keep themselves hydrated. Despite their efforts, some damage does occur. Damage can often be seen by discoloration on an alga. This alga here is normally a uniform dark red. The damaged areas can be seen in orange. This alga had just experienced low tide conditions and did receive some damage from desiccation. Algae is often resilient and can recover nicely from this type of damage. Living within the intertidal has many challenges, one of them being prolonged exposure at low tides. These organisms have all evolved separate ways of coping, involving behavior and morphological traits. Organisms that inhabit the intertidal are resilient and able to persist in these harsh conditions.